The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Super Media Bros.
I love how they cut down the number of matches, but that son of a bitch still went long.
Bro, that shit, what was it, 5.5 hours?
Probably.
It felt it. It's only because like, midway through, it's like, dude, there's still going to be an hour-long match to this.
Right. Welcome to episode 266 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
And we're here to talk about AEW Revolution 2023. 8 matches on the card. One of them we knew we were going to have an hour of. Even though that's the match of the night, we were talking before we went to air. 2-match show, really?
Yeah, and it's not even like to discredit or disrespect any other match. Like, to me, top to bottom, this was a very fun show.
This was probably one of the better carded and delivered pay-per-views that AEW's done in a couple of years, actually.
Yeah, like, it was great. I loved it. But going into it, the XFL was also playing a game at the same time as this pay-per-view. And I was like, well, I'm going to watch both. And I was. In a gun-to-head scenario, I would watch the game and watch 2 matches and ignore the game. You know, like, which isn't even what happened, because, like, it's easier to keep track of a score than it is to keep up with a match.
Sure.
So I was mostly watching AEW and then making frequent looks over at the other television, but 2 matches were the ones that I really felt invested in.
I feel that. I was going to say, looking back at the card, 3 for me.
Okay.
So let's get on with the card, because we're just going to run through most of these and spend some time on maybe like 3. Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho had a singles match to open the show in 13 minutes and 35 seconds. Fucking solid showing from Ricky, and obviously, like, he wins this match by pinfall, and it was the right choice.
Absolutely. I was really nervous going in.
I mean, I wasn't surprised that they put him over. I was glad they put him over, and Jericho has been really good about putting the younger talent over that are going to be, like, elevated, sure, but, like, Juice Robinson rolls in that bitch.
Dude, I was pretty hyped about that.
Like, I'm sitting there just like, yeah, Juice Robinson rolls in, like, in the follow-up or whatever on Dynamite, and it's like, okay, well, I guess that's what's next. I was pretty fucking excited about that, because Ricky Starks he's not quite, like, ready for, like, the championship fold yet. I mean, maybe TNT, but
yeah,
Juice Robinson and him are going to probably have a pretty fucking fire feud.
Oh, yeah. And on the other note, on that match with Ricky and Jericho, 2 things. Number 1, shout out to the girl, Oswin. That's my youngest niece, and she's only like a year and a few months, and she was just standing, nothing on but a diaper, just standing inches away from that TV screen, palms on her chin, just like engrossed, turns over to me, makes like a, what they doing? Like she even raised
like the
her
shrug or whatever.
Yeah, like she does the shrug with the palms up in the air. Like, I was like, oh, that's just wrestling, baby. She turns back around and she was just hooked. I was like, fuck yes.
Got another one.
Dude, I've never been so proud as an uncle. And this is the 3rd time I'm an uncle times 3. This is my most proud moment.
Fuck yeah.
Number 2, Jericho is making me nervous with these lion salts. My man's gets more and more close to that mat with every single maneuver. That was so close.
I know, man. And, you know, I don't want to shit on Jericho because,
no, I'm
like,
not shitting on him.
I know you're not, but it's so, like, God damn, bro.
I'm
like,
scared.
Yeah, I get it. it's great to see him being able to do these moves at his age too. He's in great shape, you know.
Oh yeah, he's in better shape than me. Fuck.
It's so funny. Like you go from this match and then you go to the next match, which I admittedly I only caught like pieces of Dynamite, the last two Dynamites leading up to this pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing the pre-show video package, seeing Christian Cage and Jungle Boy Jack Perry were going to be in a match, and I think at first it was like a no disqualification or false count anywhere or something, and then they're like final burial match, and I'm like, are they really going to do a fucking buried alive match?
Yes.
And they fucking did. And the way they did it was pretty good because they didn't go the WWE route where they're like, hey, we're going to do a whole ass grave site with a fucking tombstone and a pile of dirt and grass and all kinds of shit. And we're not going to involve the House of Black or anybody that's like anybody that makes sense to put in this kind of a match.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be damned if this wasn't a fucking fire match for sure.
It definitely was.
And obviously Jungle Boy wins this match at 14 minutes and 50 seconds. But when he puts him in the because it's a coffin, like they just have like a casket or like a coffin or whatever on the side. And it looks like it's just kind of free hanging in like some kind of like, I don't know how they had it, but there's dirt around it for no fucking reason. He puts him in there and he shuts it. And then he just like, it just fucking just, as soon as he slams the lid shut, that bitch just disappears.
I don't know what it was. It sketched me out though, because I was like, so in any moment could that have happened?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Oh my God. You know what it reminded me of? Remember in Home Alone when Marv has finished, he stepped on the nail and then like it cuts back to him and he's walking out and he shuts the door whoop, and he fucking slips and falls. That's exactly what I thought when this happened. Like he slams the lid shut. It just goes straight through. It was very Looney Tunes looking.
Dude, I you know what? Whenever All Access starts,
I can't wait until this one comes out.
Yeah, because it's like, what was that? What is the trickery behind this?
What is this fuckery that you just try to pass off to us?
Yeah, like I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know too. But Jungle Boy Jack Perry wins, and rightfully so. I want to see what's next for him. Okay, now on to one of the matches of the night for us. Honestly, I tweeted about this from our account at SuperMediaBros_ on Twitter, and I'm going to go ahead and just go on record and eat my own fucking words. Legit, I don't even remember how I said it, but I definitely remember saying something to the effect of, I love House of Black getting the trios title shot, but AEW are too big a cowards to put the belts on them.
Mm-hmm. I thought the same thing.
House of Black versus the Elite for the trios championship in 18 minutes. Dude, the fact that House of Black won by pinfall, there was no real fuckery, and it happened.
The only real fuckery was Julia, but even then, like,
it was kind of a comedy fuckery because you see Kenny how he just shrugged like, fuck it.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't even call it that because it's not like
he didn't do it on purpose.
Well, it's not even just that. It's not like he was distracted by her and then got rolled up. Like, no, it was a
clean pin.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, whenever I say it's a 2-match card, this being one of those matches, but it's weird because you and I were talking about it. We're huge fans of both teams involved here.
Absolutely.
Like, pretty much equally, but in different reasons. Love them both. So automatically, I'm like, dude, I cannot fucking wait for this. Oh, man. But at the same point, what was the build?
Right. I think this is more going to be an ongoing piece of business here. That. Yeah, because right now, we're going to jump. Right now, we're going to kind of jump back and forth between the pay-per-view and Dynamite kind of fallout here. Because normally when we do reviews and we just do this and the fallout afterwards, but the fallout here is the House of Black wins the championships. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia somehow became the contenders for this fucking championship? Like overnight, really?
Yeah, because you can't even make an argument about Chris Jericho because he lost.
That's what I'm saying.
And you certainly can't make an argument over them as a trio because when was the last time they had a trio?
Yeah, don't remember. But now we're having the first triple threat trios championship match with House of Black, the Elite, and the Jericho Appreciation Society. Cool. I hope the House of Black gets a good reign with this thing and just mops the floor with fucking people, because I really did feel like it was going to become the Elite and FTR and CM Punk. That still could happen, but I feel like maybe they needed to take the belts off of them for this to happen, since FTR is currently about to go on a quest for the tag belts again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, time will tell. I still have hope for that being a feud, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there instead of burning the bridge.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm not convinced on either side. I have no idea.
Yeah, and that's the best part about them actually putting the belts on the House of Black, though. It does keep the feeling alive of holy fuck, anything can happen.
Yeah,
because I'll be honest, there was a while where AEW kept booking way too safely. You know, like you would see matches and you're like, oh, that dude's definitely winning.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's with wrestling in general. You know, it's hard to make it completely like, dude, what's gonna happen every single week with every match. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to like Kenny and the Bucks, well, maybe not so much the Bucks. They've thrown quite a few plot twists here and there. But for Kenny specifically, and I love Kenny, this is not me shitting on him, but like more often than not, you know what the outcome will be, whether it's him winning or losing.
Right.
Like with the Hangman match at All Out, was it?
My guy, that was Full Gear. Was
it? You're right. Yes. That match, I think 99% of us knew what the outcome would be. Kenny was hurt. He had a very lengthy title run. And Hangman was built up. And then you've got other matches with Kenny where you know he's going to win. This one? Dude, I really didn't expect it.
Yeah, no, I didn't either, but that's what made it even more enjoyable. I was like, fuck yeah, like it was a legitimate pop in this house.
I know, I was so excited, dude.
Oh, we both texted each other almost immediately, let's fucking go! It was amazing.
Well, you know what it is, dude? Is I've got a huge ass Malachi Black poster framed in my living room. And whenever that happened, it's this moment of like validation for having that.
The match after this one, Jamie Hayter versus Saraya and Ruby Soho for the women's championship. It was a 10-minute match. It's the shortest match on the card. The story is not the match itself. The story is the aftermath of this match. Jamie Hayter obviously wins. There was no way they were going to put this belt on Saraya already. And the story with Ruby Soho, they would never have put the belt on her for any reason other than the aftermath. The story going in is that Saraya and Toni Storm are kind of like the outcasts of the company where they're not originals. And Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, amongst other people, are original stars in the company. It's almost a weird like women's NWO kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Even down to the spray paint.
Yeah. So they lose the match. Saraya and Ruby Soho lose, obviously. Ruby Soho gets pinned. The aftermath is like Toni Storm rolls in and just starts beating the piss out of Jamie Hayter. And you think Ruby Soho is going to like do the babyface thing because like she definitely like dodges a couple of attacks from them. And she's like, oh, this is our house, bitches, or whatever. And then Jamie Hayter goes to raise Ruby's hand and then Ruby fucking hits her with the no future and proceeds to join forces with Saraya and Toni Storm. And you know, I should have seen this coming with the hair change, not prior like to this happening, but Ruby has had green hair for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They are using green spray paint. Should have seen this fucking coming. That was very subtle.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you should have seen it coming, but you didn't.
Well, you don't think about it because Ruby Soho is that person anyway. Like she's gonna change a hair color, so. Yeah. But still, I'm curious to see where this goes. Who's going to join them? Who's going to join with Britt and Jamie? Yeah, it's not the most compelling fucking thing, but it's something to watch.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and I'm just glad that, they're putting the women's champion in a predominant thing, like far too often we've seen them just like, yeah, you're right. We do have a champion for the women. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, and this is no bullshit. Jamie Hayter is my favorite women's champion we've had so far.
Yeah.
She's great, dude.
Love her. Like, straight up.
Keep this fucking championship on her for a good bit.
Plus, she's still getting huge reactions.
And it was organic.
Yeah.
Think about the fact that Baker and Hayter were legit heels not even like 2 months ago. And now, like, everybody just loves it. And I mean, it was a good double turn, really.
It really was. And it's so cool because, like, it started off as, like, me and all my friends being like, dude, who's that hot chick? And then slowly over time, it just became like, oh no, she can actually work.
Oh, and not only can she actually work, she's good. Like, she's damn good.
Like it, not to say that she's a natural in the sense that she hasn't improved. She always had it, blah, blah, blah. But no, like, she's a natural in that, yes, she did need to improve when she started, but like, she improved and adapted very well and very quickly.
No, I agree 100%. But yeah, Jamie Hayter retains, and we'll see where this feud goes. All I know is, since that was considered the piss break match of the pay-per-view, sadly, it's time to take a piss break ourselves. We'll be back after these short messages from our sponsors, and we'll be able to sit down and talk about the Iron Man match whenever it comes around, and we won't have to get up and go piss during it. But don't worry, there's 3 other matches before that, so you're listening to the Super Media Bros on the OddPods Media Network. Don't go anywhere, except for the bathroom. Spring has sprung, and our friends at Manscaped have the best tools for some spring cleaning. They've already helped you tidy up all the nooks and crannies of your body's basement, but this year Manscaped is going to help you get the perfect presentation on that beautiful face with the new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Look, guys, you can make sure that you look your best this spring by using our code SUPER to get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Look, it's time to tame your mane with the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. The sun's peeking back out, and that means you're going to have to show your face in the daylight again. So use the kit to make sure your scruff looks award-winning, whether you've got a glorious beard flow or some smooth, sleek cheeks. The kit comes with the Beard Hedger. It's a waterproof cordless trimmer with a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting length options and 1 guard, so there's no more messy drawers full of add-ons. It also comes with titanium-coated T-blades that are tough on hair but smooth on your face that leads to a single-stroke efficiency. The Beard Hedger is a very high-tech piece of art in a travel-sized package with a long-lasting battery, a universal charger, and a strong motor. The kit's also got liquid goods to make you feel good. You can't treat your beard like your pubes. That's why the kit has a special shampoo and conditioner specifically designed to moisturize, reduce ingrown hairs, and replenish your beard's natural oils, promoting beard health. The kit also has Manscaped's Beard Oil. The nutrient-infused oil relieves dryness on both the beard and the skin beneath while adding a little shimmer and shine to liven up your look. Don't forget to cap it off with the Beard Balm. It's a pomade that shapes, styles, and moisturizes, bringing the amazing scent of fresh eucalyptus, rosemary, and lavender essential oils. Lastly, the Beard Hedger Pro Beard Kit is also coming with 3 free gifts: a beard brush, a comb, and scissors to ensure that your beard is ready to impress. So get 20% off and free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com. Again, that's 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com. Focus on your face and use the Beard Hedger Pro Kit for the cleanest look in the game.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
I'm Jamie.
We're Married with Television, marriedwithtv.com. We are a couple of Hollywood normies on the outskirts of the film and TV industry, and we talk about our favorite TV shows, music, and movies, and sometimes they talk back to us.
Sometimes they do.
Our podcast is Married with Television, one word, on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud.
Possibly Amazon soon. And we are a proud member of the OddPods Media Network.
Married with TV.
MarriedWithTV.com.
All right, dude, let's get into some fucking Texas deathmatch shit. Okay, so I did not expect the finish to this match, and holy fuck was it brutal.
Dude, this was a grueling fucking match. Oh my God.
Had this not been the main event, it was the longest match on the fucking card, dude. Holy shit. And I was surprised they gave him this much time, too, to be honest with you.
That much time and that much fucking freedom.
Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. And dude, I really, really, really wish that they could just pay the fucking licensing fee and just give Hangman that same fucking entrance theme all the time.
That was fucking sick.
It's fire as fuck. It fits him. He's such a badass son of a bitch, dude.
Are they not making that his regular?
No, because he came out to his regular theme on Dynamite.
Did he? Okay.
I feel like it's a special occasion or just a pay-per-view kind of thing that Tony's like, oh, I'll shell the money out for this on this pay-per-view. Kind of how he did with AFI for CM Punk.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, I can't pay for this all the time.
That is pretty fucking expensive.
Kind of how he can't fucking pay for the final countdown from Europe for Bryan Danielson.
Dude, that's so depressing.
It really is, but dude, oh my God. Anyway, like that's a whole other story for another day. The fact that Jon Moxley, this is notable. 2 finishes in this pay-per-view are fucking notable. This being one of them. Man, after like a fucking 24-minute and 45-second brutal fucking beatdown on both sides with some really dangerous spots.
Dude, I got sketched out so many times.
Same, man. Like fucking Page hangs Moxley by his throat with that chain, and then Mox fucking tabs, dude.
That's what shocked me because, like, correct me if I'm wrong. We may have seen Dean Ambrose tap a few times, but have we ever seen Jon Moxley tap?
It's somebody out there, leave a comment if we're wrong on this one, but this is the first Jon Moxley submission in this company.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And that's why I was shocked.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
I really don't know, but
he earned it if so, because the announce team fucking sold it like a fucking shotgun. They couldn't believe it, but then like Excalibur was very quick to point out, it was like, dude, it could have fucking broke his trachea because there was no protection. There was no hands between the chain. He was legit just fucking hanging there.
What the fuck?
And it was quick. He was just like, tap. I was like, oh, that was fast. Yeah,
that was real. That was an actual fucking lynching.
I'm telling you. Oh, he was living up to his name.
God,
fucking Hangman.
damn.
Yeah. Great match, though. God
Oh,
damn.
yeah, it was a blast.
Moving on to the TNT Championship match, which, look, we'll talk about this. Samoa Joe gets choked the fuck out by Wardlow, which that was the correct finish.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, there's really nothing to write home about with this match. It was just 2 meaty men slapping meat, and Wardlow wins by a technical submission. Now, here's the fucking messed up part. Wardlow legitimately had his vehicle broken into, his personal belongings, and the physical championship belt stolen from his vehicle.
Yeah, like a lot of us were wondering if it was a work or what have you, but no, it was an actual thing that truly did happen.
Yeah, so they switched the match that was supposed to take place on Dynamite with Hobbs into a street fight, which it worked because, he's just in street clothes at this point. They give the championship to Hobbs, which I'm cool with them putting it on Hobbs, but dude, that championship belt is getting like, that thing's getting dicked around so much right now. Please don't let this become the 24/7 title.
That's what I'm saying, dude. At that point, dude, have Samoa Joe beat Wardlow, and then on Dynamite, have Hobbs cash in.
Yeah, because
Samoa Joe.
Right, because Hobbs beating Samoa Joe would put him over even more so.
Right.
Didn't need to do it with Wardlow.
And I understand you got to push Wardlow too. I get that, but it doesn't do him any favors whenever he consistently loses his championship
physically and literally, and storyline. Oh my god!
And that's no fault of Wardlow. It's just like I don't know, dude. I disagree with the booking of the championship.
Big fucking same. I guess we'll see where it goes from there. But I fully agree. That's just, it's horseshit.
The matches have been great involving it.
I was gonna say, it's not to take away from their match. Their match is great. Like every match on this card has been fucking fire so far.
Yeah, and that's the thing, dude, is like we're criticizing the outcomes, and the logic. We're not criticizing the performers or their performances.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not to like Like, I hate doing that because it feels like I'm shitting on them, but I'm really not. Like,
Right. Let's move on to the Fatal 4-Way for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Now, admittedly, I did not watch this one.
it was a match that happened, you know, everybody.
And that wasn't because I didn't want to watch this match. It put me to sleep. Legit. I saw the Guns come out. I saw the Acclaimed come out. I saw fucking Double J Lethal. That should be their fucking tag name, Double J Lethal. Come to the fucking, you know, if they were WWE, that'd be like, we're gonna call you Double J Lethal. Yeah. It's like, all right, you fuck. And Orange Cassidy and Danhausen, because they won the fucking right to get into this son of a bitch.
Their entrance was hilarious. So
for sure.
I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, I'm all about that. But the Guns win. FTR shows up. That's the real story. FTR comes back after a lot of speculation that they weren't going to re-sign or that they were going to WWE or they were going to take a year off and work the indie circuit only. You know, just a lot of shit happened. I mean, they came out and gave a fire-ass promo on Dynamite about this shit, and their intentions are obviously clear. They have to win the championships again, which they need to. They've been fucking needing that.
And they deserve it.
Oh, for sure. But it was a 13-minute, 35-second match, the exact same time that Jericho and Starks had in their match, which I thought was kind of neat. But how do you feel about the Guns having the championships, to be honest with you? Like, how do you feel about that?
They're talented enough. I don't necessarily think it was time for the Acclaim to drop it. I don't know. It's kind of one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of deals. But I would have said trust the process, see where the story goes. But if FTR is back, I feel like the Gun versus Acclaim story is done. So it's like, where does Daddy Ass go from here? I don't know. I feel like there was a couple of missed opportunities there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, you never know. Maybe they milked all of it they could.
I don't know, dude. If the JAS versus Blackpool Combat Club has taught us anything, AEW will milk a rivalry for all that it is worth.
This is true, but I mean, that's also because of Chris Jericho and there being a multitude of talent in that fucking feud.
That's fair, but I don't think like that story was done. I feel like it should have ended with Daddy Ass turning on the Acclaimed and staying with his sons, you know?
And that's him gifting them the championships or whatever.
Yeah, like
I feel it.
I don't know. I feel like that story just isn't finished.
It may come back around. You never know.
I hope so, because I just don't want the Acclaim to get lost in the shuffle.
I don't think they will. They're too over.
That's what I'm thinking.
They're way too over to get lost. Fuck that. So I'm looking forward to the FTR and Guns match where they fucking lose the championships to them, because let's be honest, that's coming. That's got to happen.
For sure. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, FTR is just one of, if not the best tag team in wrestling right now.
Fuck yeah.
So don't get it twisted and don't misinterpret that I'm not excited to see them. I totally am. It's just, I just want good booking for everybody involved.
You know who else wants good booking? Libraries.
Hey, the door is right here, so can you leave?
Yeah, you're closer. Go first.
God damn it. Fuck.
I couldn't not make that joke. It's been fucking sitting here in my face the whole time.
God, you're a dad.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck.
I definitely am. I'm your dad. Shut the fuck up. Tie your shoes. Don't forget your lunch pail. Get on the bus.
Damn. And yet that was somehow still nicer than how my dad talked to me.
I'm a good dad. Let's get on to the 60-minute Iron Man match. Look, I slept through this one too, but I rewatched it because obviously, like, I woke up for the last 3 minutes of this match and I saw that they were tied. And then the finish that happened, and I was just like, oh, God damn it. Why did I even bother? Like, you know, and it was a great match, which really irritated. Like, I have to say this. Like, I really feel this way. I understand where they're going story-wise with it. I'm not a fan of sudden death overtime finishes. If it's an Iron Man match, book somebody to fucking lose whatever the score is in the time frame.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? The only thing that I can say is that it probably was to set up like a swerve of them being like, oh, babyface is actually going to fucking win. Because that's usually what happens whenever they're like, no, this match isn't over. It's going to go to sudden death overtime.
Yeah.
There must be a winner. Well, hey, it worked for Shawn and Brett in 96. It's got to work for MJF and Danielson in 2023. And it pisses me off. I'm pissed because the match was fantastic.
Dude, this was... I was telling you off the air, and I'm going to say it on the air. I don't care if this makes me look like a bandwagoner. I don't give a shit. This was, in my personal opinion, the best Iron Man match of all time. I point me in the direction of a better one.
60 or 30 minute?
I was going to say 60 because let's be fair.
The original Iron Man match was 30 minutes.
Right.
Like that was like a thing. But there's a ton that have happened.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, like, as far as 60-minute Iron Man matches, like, I cannot think of one that I enjoyed more than this one. And I've watched it twice now.
I will bring up 3.
Okay.
A couple of them are half-hour ones, though.
Asterisks, okay.
Benoit and Angle, the submissions-only match. It was a submission-only Iron Man. It was a Backlash in 01.
What was that, a 60-minute?
It was a 30-minute.
Okay.
Because they did an overtime finish in that one, too. I will always say Brett and Shawn. Like, that should be a fucking given. They did an overtime finish in that one, too.
I truly do believe it was better than Brett and Shawn.
Word. Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels.
I'll need to rewatch it. I don't remember.
It was an episode of Raw in October of 2005 in Dallas, Texas.
I'll look it up.
It's pretty fucking good.
Okay. Do you have the exact date so I can look it up on Peacock?
October 3rd.
Okay.
And finally, Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle. And that was a SmackDown. The score was 5-4 on that one. They were good. I'm not saying like they're legendary by any means or whatever, but like they're fucking good. A lot of people talk about Triple H and The Rock at Judgment Day. And I'm going to say it here. It was fucking overrated as hell. And the only thing I really remember truly about that is the American Badass Undertaker coming back to wreck shit. Sorry, not sorry.
You're going to get some comments about that one.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck. And those are just WWE ones.
Yeah. And that's another thing that we need to keep in mind is like, we don't see every wrestling match that ever existed. So for all we know, dude, there's like an unknown buried fucking match that's like fucking 10 stars from Dave Meltzer. Like, we don't know.
Right.
But off the top of my head, this one is just my favorite. Like, I fucking loved everything about this match.
Right, because there's only 2 Iron Man matches that have ever happened in this company, and the first one was Kenny Omega and Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Great fucking match.
Oh, it was wonderful.
But this one, bar none of the modern era, I will say that, of the modern era, somebody had better do some good shit to follow this match, because it was fantastic from start to finish. And when I say start to finish, I mean within the fucking original hour allotted time. Because they did that sudden death bullshit again where it's like, oh no, it was a draw. We can't send the fans home with a draw. We gotta have somebody fucking win this match, like for real win this match. The last 5 minutes, I will admit, alone outside of the fucking barrier of the Iron Man clause, compelling as fuck.
And even the ending that they did give us, like once the bell rang the second time, it was still great.
And I feel like looking at it now and seeing it for what that is, I feel like maybe that's why they did it, because Bryan Danielson fucking tapped out to his own finisher.
Mm-hmm.
And it shocked a lot of people. That was the other notable finish that I spoke about earlier. Moxley fucking tapped out and Bryan Danielson fucking tapped out. Bro, 2 Blackpool Combat Club dudes fucking tapped out on a pay-per-view at the same fucking night.
It's fucking crazy.
If they even consider Danielson to be part of Blackpool Combat Club anymore. He hasn't appeared alongside of them in fucking like weeks, months, however long.
I don't think so, because remember him and Wheeler kind of were at odds.
Yeah, but even still, dude, it's ridiculous. But the fallout from this is Bryan Danielson said something about his arm and his leg, like he couldn't feel them anymore then he was, realizing he's been pushing himself, and he was like, I'm not going to be able to play with my kid. Like MJF said, he's not going to be able to play with, I'm not going to be able to play with my kid anymore and all this other shit. And he's just like, I need to go home to my family. They look like they're teasing him retiring, or they were teasing him leaving. I mean, he'll be gone a while. I'm sure this might be him taking a fucking vacation, being written off television, but if he comes back, what the fuck? Like, what's he gonna do? I feel like, I hate to say this, but it feels very peak for him. Like this, like, where does he go? He's not gonna win the title.
If he does retire, what a match to go out on.
Sure.
But at the same point, I feel like somebody as like legitimately goated as him, I would really like for his final match to be, labeled as such, like I advertised, like, hey, this is my last one. Well,
I mean, even Jericho has said he's not going to advertise whenever his last match is. Maybe some guys are just like that. Danielson
does strike me as that kind of guy too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: even if this is his last match, and I don't think it is, but if it were, what a hell of a way to like give back, putting over like that dude, putting fucking MJF over. Because let's talk about MJF. He's said this several times in interviews. Fuck, he said this in the media scrum after the event where he just bit into a pickle and offered some fuckwad in the front a pickle, and it was the funniest goddamn post media scrum I have ever seen somebody do. Like, honestly, he's a fucking dick, and it's the best thing. But he talked about everybody kept doubting him that he's a special attraction wrestler. He barely wrestles, but he can still go in the ring. I don't care who you are. Shut the fuck up now.
Yeah.
Like, I knew this. You knew this. A lot of people knew this. But the people that just don't want to fucking admit any better, like, shut the fuck up. The dude's good.
I feel like those people are never going to say it, though. It's the same reason that, like, Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay, there's still people that say, no, Orange can't wrestle.
Fuck that. That was one of the matches of the night at Forbidden Door.
Exactly, but some people are just too fucking stubborn.
Because let's be honest, like Orange Cassidy, MJF, these are two guys that are fucking super young and super talented, super fucking over. Like MJF is over as a fucking heel.
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy's over as a babyface, but like MJF has that kind of overness where like we want to hate him because he's so good at being a heel, but he's getting to that point where he's so good at being a heel that he's gonna get cheered.
Yeah.
He's getting to that Steve Austin level of, boy, we love what this man is doing. You cannot possibly give more. Like it's to the point that MJF is having to come up with new ways to get heat.
Mm-hmm. Like splashing a kid in the fucking crowd with a drink.
Fucking died when that shit happened, dude. Oh my God. And the fact that the dude, fucking Tony Khan had to play damage control on that shit. And them talking about that on the way into the media scrum, they're like, well, he threw a drink in a kid's face. And Tony, we had a very serious conversation about that. There is no shade. It's me. Like, Mr. There's no shade. It's me. Tony Khan obviously didn't do a rail of coke before coming out to this one. And that's the joke. I'm not saying that he does, but the joke is that Tony Khan gets so fucking shut up. I don't want to get sued. The joke is that Tony Khan does a rail of coke before he comes out and gives his like TV appearances, because he's always so fucking hype. But I think the man is just like super excited, like legitimately always excited. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we had a very serious conversation about it or whatever. MJF the whole time just sitting there like, yeah, whatever, fuck off. That's why he fucking like keeps clean shaved so you can't see it in his beard. There is no crack, it's just dandruff. Fuck, I love Tony Khan though. God damn, I really do. Look, I know he's never gonna fucking hear this, but like, if anybody is hearing this and they're just like, "Oh, we need to sue the fuck out of those guys," they're like, "Man, fuck you guys for hating him." We're not hating on him. It's literally a fucking meme. Get over it. It's like, on the internet. Get over it.
Yeah, we're not the first ones, nor will we be the last ones to say that.
Right. But MJF is just so good in the ring, on the mic, at media scrums, and he talks about this. He fucking says this, and he's not even wrong anymore, and he never was wrong. Like, just get over it. This man is your fucking champion, and he's good. I want to know when the time comes, like I keep talking about this, who the fuck is he going to drop this to if he does? I want to see him hold this championship until the bidding war of 2024, which he hasn't really mentioned recently. I'm surprised he didn't drop that in the media scrum, if I'm being completely honest. But
I can see it being either Jack Perry or Big Boy Darby.
To take the championship off of him?
Well, you got any other ideas?
Wardlow?
That's true. That is true.
That's full fucking circle long-term booking.
And if you had asked me that 2 months ago, I'd have said Wardlow from the get-go, but right now they're not doing so good with this character.
Give it time.
Because Wardlow himself, dude, he's proving himself every single match. Like, he's showing what he's worth.
Maybe they took the TNT championship off of him because they're like, dude, you're bigger than this.
I hope that's the case, but
You never know. You never know with how they're booking right now. Think about, and that's how I want to wrap this.
Yeah.
Look at who they fucking put over in this entire pay-per-view. All the fucking, like, young OG talent got put over in this fucking pay-per-view, dude.
This is fair. Yeah. Okay.
Like, look at it, dude. Like, from top to bottom. Ricky Starks fucking won. Jack Perry fucking won. The House of Black fucking won. Jamie Hayter fucking won. Hangman Page won. Wardlow won. The Guns. The fucking Guns. The Ass Boys fucking won their tag match. MJF beat Bryan fucking Danielson. This match started with, this pay-per-view started with a young cat beating a WWE guy, and it ended with a young cat beating a WWE guy. I know that's like, don't call him a WWE guy. Like, they were definitely, like, that's where they came from.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind that they are 100% committed to being AEW guys, but let's be honest. If you're looking at it from the outside, they beat ex-WWE guys.
So, I will say this. As far as, like, Darby going for the title. Darby has even said he doesn't really care to be world champ. But, mark my words, the main event of All Out, MJF versus Darby.
It needs to be because a couple of years ago, that match was a banger for an opening contest.
Exactly. And correct me if I'm wrong, it was exactly last year's All Out opening.
Yeah.
So this next one, they will close it.
Please let that fucking happen.
I'm telling you right now, I'm willing to put $100. I really am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Shit. I want to see it though. I definitely want to see that happen. Fuck. But yeah, top to bottom, with the exception of like my shitty attitude towards the finish of the MJF Danielson match, which I see how they booked it. I see why it works for how they booked it, but I'm not a fan. I really wish that would have happened like on the inside of the last couple seconds where like he taps, he's got to sit there. Like the fans have to be like, oh my God, they have to sit there. It's like watching, to bring it full circle, it's easier to keep up with a score than it is a wrestling match.
Yeah.
How fucking ridiculous. Danielson taps, and there's like 15 seconds left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he's going to recover to make a fucking pinfall. The air gets taken completely out of the fucking room. The crowd has to sit there and watch this man fucking have tapped out with that long left to go. Fuck. That to me, that's heavier. It's like, oh my God, like he fucking tapped and lost the final point in the last 15 seconds of this match.
Now, that is a great ending. But as far as the one that we got.
Sure, yeah, it definitely.
What would you have felt better about it if it wasn't an overused trope in wrestling?
Like where they just go sudden death with it?
Yes. Like if you hadn't seen it 100 fucking times.
Dude, if this was the only time they did a sudden death overtime finish to an Iron Man match since WrestleMania 12, first of all, I'd have been like, okay, that's a great callback because it hasn't been done in a while. Secondly, I'd be like, oh, this is very interesting. The fucking boss does not want to send the fans home with a draw. Sure, I get it. And granted, that still plays here, but fuck, it's been done to death.
Yeah.
Visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network by visiting oddpodsmedia.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on social media, buy a fucking t-shirt, all this stuff is in the show notes below. Scroll up, click it. All hyperlinks away. Go do the shit. So come back next week. We're gonna be a day late on the St. Patrick's Day delivery, but goddamn, why not? We're bringing back a fucking classic from the Cult Cinema Showdown series to do a standalone episode because this man has not gotten to talk about this film with me yet. And goddamn, we're gonna do a St. Patrick's Day hangover release of Leprechaun from 1993. Holy shit! I actually fucking love this movie a lot, and that is in large part to Warwick Davis's portrayal of the Leprechaun.
Oh, well, yeah.
So we're going to have a lot to say about that. Crack open a fucking cold one with the boys next Saturday morning, bright and fucking early. You know you want a day drink with us. Fucking do it. We're going to be sipping on some Guinness during that son of a bitch, and you should fucking too.
God, that's so fucking good. I fucking love Guinness.
Get me gold. All right, guys, let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks again for hanging out with us. It's been episode 266, the AEW Revolution review. Until next week, I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.